Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Extreme Tarot, where we do moon readings, pick a cards, and zodiac readings. Today we're doing a pick a card reading. We're looking into whatever messages your guides have for you right now, whatever's going on. So I have three options for you to choose from. The first option is here. The second option is here, and the third option is here. So take a sec to like hone in on these cards and see whatever option, whatever card, whatever die is like calling out to you, and I will see you there. Again, it's 1, 2, 3. All right. I'm gonna leave the die here. Oh, because that's gonna be too complicated to move. And they'll probably roll over. Okay. So, all right, guys. So if you chose the first option here, and we have the number 37, the Oracle of Chaldea, and the Listen card. The secrets of the sea become apparent when we listen to the sound within the shells. Okay, and then for your die that we got, also shouts to my BFF Mariah. She got this for me for my birthday. I love you. I had them already, but I like was missing so many, so she like supplemented my collection of die. Best friend ever. But anyway, okay, so what do we have here? On the die, we have Sun in Aries in the 12th house. Okay, this is very interesting to me. I feel like that in conjunction with this Listen card, there's a very clear message of kind of like slowing down. A Sun in Aries person is, and I know because I have Sun in Aries, but a Sun in Aries person is a very energetic person, or at least, you know, that's what they're like known for. Like, it's a fire sign. It's the first sign of the zodiac. It's someone who gets things started, gets things jumping, popping off, like somebody that's like very much on the move, especially that we have the sun coming out with Aries. If it was like a moon in Aries, or trying to think what, like a Venus in Aries, it might be like a little bit, I would be interpreting it differently. But we do have this 12th house energy, which is that sort of like opposing energy here. I don't know if opposing is the word I would use, but it's very different. Like Pisces energy, the 12th house, it's like a Neptunian energy. It's a very flowy energy, more in line with this Listen card. So I feel like you could be somebody that lately your guides have noticed that maybe you've been just doing, without kind of taking a second to sort of slow down and sort of assess what you're doing and why, what your motivations are. And that's what this Listen card is all about. I feel your guides are really wanting you to even just rest and relax. Like, it doesn't even have to be, oh, so you can do more inner work. It might just be like when you slow down and really let yourself relax, you might have some insights, have some sort of epiphanies, see things from a new perspective or something like that. I want to read from the book, not the whole thing because it's like actually really long, from this Oracle of Chaldea. I feel like though what I'm getting from this, just before I read it, just intuitively, like the way this person's like looking up at the light, like at the sun almost. Again, we have the sun energy here. It's like, again, a very masculine energy. And then with Aries too, that's like double masculine energy here. So again, I feel like that's the energy that you've maybe been in, like just trying to do, like keep following, I guess, the light, but like maybe in a way where it's like take some time to sort of like get in touch with these 12th house energies, this Listen energy. The secrets of the sea become apparent when we listen to the sound within the shells. So again, it's like, I don't know, like I'm thinking now of like a beach analogy. Like you're at the beach, you're like, right, I gotta go surfing, I gotta go, I don't know, like swimming, I don't know, something where you're like trying to like burn your calories while you're you know, supposed to be just like soaking up the sun and enjoying your day at the beach. And then it's like the secrets of the sea become apparent when we listen to the sound within the shells. That's almost like if you were doing that and you're like, I gotta go, like, you know, walk a mile on the beach there and back, or like something like that, where it's like even when things that are supposed to be relaxing, you sort of like, maybe you're like a multitasker, so like you'll use your relaxation time to like get things done as well. Or you'll try to like have fun only like if you can burn some calories, for example. Like I don't know why I'm getting a message like that, but it's like you're missing like the point of like the day at the beach is supposed to be just maybe like you chilling, listening to the waves and how soothing like the sounds of the ocean can be and things like that. Like getting relaxation in without having to be doing something. I feel like that's like a message for you right now. So let's see what this says for number 37. 37 reduces to 10. Okay. But again, even like the number 10 is like two things in one, because a 10 reduces to a 1. So it's like the ending of something and the beginning of something. It's like before like you like wrap something else up, it's like you already want to move on to the next thing without giving proper credence to the, like that ending. And yeah, because remember I was saying the first house, Aries is the first house, and then we have the 12th house here. So it's like that first house and that last house. It's like you want to skip maybe if you're in the 12th house and that's like a time for reflection and things like that, it's like you want to skip over that and just get to the first house again. Like, okay, let's like start something new. And again, maybe you are in Aries, or maybe you just have that sort of vibe where it's like you don't like to sit still. You just want to go, go, go. It doesn't have to be an Aries, but if you are, like, I wouldn't be surprised here. So this is like really long. I think it goes on for like 3 pages here. I'm not going to read all that. I'm just going to read this little blurb here. So what do we have for pile 1? It says, continue on, this is from your guides, continue on your healing journey with enthusiasm, but without forcing things to happen more quickly than feels natural. Sometimes the body will be ready to let go whilst the mind is still holding on. At other times, the mind may need to be patient as the body processes an experience. Trust in your own timing and rhythm. There's no need to be impatient or to judge yourself. You are summoning the spiritual fortitude to tackle an issue which has previously held you back. When the time is right, the healing shall happen more easily than if you tried to push forward prematurely. Things are going to work out. Be positive. So again, if there is some sort of ending happening in your life, whether it be like, and I feel like there is with the 12th house here, it's like you want to like skip over the ending, like I was saying, and just sort of like charge into the new terrain here. I think Spirit's really saying, like, again, like your spirit guides are saying, like, there's value in this 12th house time. Like maybe you feel like it's something that you've wasted enough of your time on and you just want to be done with it, and just like close off that chapter, like very much so, without, you know, and kind of skip ahead to the next, maybe even book, like without even finishing the book. But it's like there's still a couple chapters left, so like let's not be hasty. I feel like that's what your spirit guides would say. Let's like settle down. Let's just take a sec to you know, kind of close out this chapter properly. Doesn't mean you can't be excited about the future, doesn't mean you can't be sort of planning for it, but there's no skipsies here. I feel like that's what they would say. So anyway, all right, if that sounds like something that's resonating for you, I guess let's go on into the rest of the reading. I kind of left it open-ended. I don't really have a format or like a spread. I'm just gonna sort of like leave it open-ended for the guides here, the real MVPs. So I guess I'm just gonna put this like over here. Sorry, I had to leave these here for the last reading or for the next readings, but I'm just put this like right here. And then I'm gonna get some oracle cards. So what messages do your spirit guides have for you? Let's see, like sitting on the floor. Okay. For pile 1, option 1, what are your guides most want to say to you right now? Pile 1. What do pile 1's your guides most want to say to them? This says healer. You have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path as a healer. Okay, so again, healer, healing, maybe again, it's like whether you feel that you are some sort of a healer, or whether you just need to heal right now is kind of more of what I'm getting. let's see. I mean, we can get the rest of the cards. Let's get them all before I start going here, because then, yeah, let's just see how this like unfolds here before I start going crazy. I'm just gonna get 2 more cards. So what else did, ooh. Interesting. That came out in reverse. I didn't really do my whole cut pile thing, but like none of these cards were in reverse. I feel like that message was like meant to come out. Truth transcends illusion in reverse. Okay. And what else? For pile 1. What message do their spirit guides have for them right now? Appreciation, number 15. Okay. I'm gonna move these now that I see how I want to set up this spread. All right. Okay, with adjacent possibilities on the bottom of the deck. So, okay, what message does your spirit guides have for you? Healer, dragonfly, and appreciation. I feel as though with the truth transcends illusion in reverse, that there's maybe something that you haven't wanted to see or face for a long time. And like I said, it's almost like instead of like, now that I'm looking at this healer card, it's like almost like, again, that's reminding me of like a horse that's like ready to charge. Obviously it's a unicorn, but like, I don't know what unicorns really do. So I'll say horse, but it's like almost like, it looks like charge. Again, it's like you don't want to take the time to sort of maybe think about this or deal with it. It's like you more so want to just put a positive face on it with appreciation and like charge forward and start doing things like lead the charge or something like that. I feel as though your guides, okay, dragonflies are known for like just skimming the surface. Like they fly above the water, they dip their tail in, but then it's like they kind of fly on. It's like that. It's like you're not really sinking into the emotional depths of the situation here. It's like you're skimming the surface with your tail. Maybe you got a little taste and it was like, ooh, like, and you're just like taking off. Oh yeah, look, we had freedom on the bottom of the deck. It's like you're taking off. Live wild and free, choose your freedom, claim your independence. Like it's like you're in an empowered state, but not that it's, oh, look at this with the flow. It's like you're blocking somebody off here. Look at, maybe you're pissed off or something. Look at the face there. And it's like, I see that as like they erected like an energetic barrier against somebody else. So it's like, and it's like, we're flying free here. I feel like that's exactly what's going on here. You're sort of like in an empowered state. You are in an empowered state. It's not like you're not. And then with that Aries, Sun and Aries energy, that's kind of what I'm getting to. But it's like, I think the message your spirit guides are bringing through is that taking time to like deal with your feelings doesn't mean that you're not in an empowered state. It doesn't, just because you're going to feel some pain or something like that, doesn't mean you're not powerful. Or maybe it's like something where it's like too painful for you to like look back on the past and like feel that you weren't in your power, and it's like you just want to move on from that, which makes perfect sense. I think your spirit guides appreciate where you're at here, you know, but they're like, there is a little bit of like wrapping up to do here. I think we need to like fly back to these waters, like stick that tail in a little farther and kind of like, or even the horn. I'm getting like, it's like you want to use, just how I was saying, like the tail could dip into the water. It's like you want to almost use that as like force to like push it away, like, or something, like use the water as like a springboard to fly away. I'm kind of getting a vibe like that. Like, and maybe you are somebody that kind of turns your pain into fuel to like propel you forward or something like that. And again, your spirit guides are like, listen, boo, that's great. Like, good for you here. But, it's like almost like you're gonna crash later or something like that. It's like there needs to be some time taken to sort of like integrate whatever experience you've just gone through, and sort of feel the depths of everything. And then that whole thing, listen, it's like, I think if we really truly tuned into your heart, and your emotional body right now, which I think is something that you're trying to like steer clear from, like I was saying, there's some painful truth that you've like realized, and you don't want to dwell on it any longer. You are like ready, because I saw action somewhere. Where was it? Oh, on the bottom of the deck here. But oh, it was like underneath, like it was like the third one in. But again, it's like you're trying to sort of like use action as a crutch, which is like, I guess if you're gonna do something to sort of like, you know, cover up your pain here, I guess that is like the healthiest way you can do it. But I think Spirit's like, how about, I don't think they're saying not to take any action and not to continue doing what you're doing. But like, for instance, it's like the energy of like a rebound relationship or something like that. It's like, okay, like, this person hurt me, or like, I realize this person's full of shit. Truth transcends illusion. Maybe like they've been feeding you a bunch of lies, or they've just kind of like been all talk and no action themselves. So you're like, I'll show you action. And you're like, I'm gonna, you know, get some action from somebody else. Like, I don't know, something like that, where it's like, I'm gonna do the opposite of whatever I'm like upset about, and just completely, it's like you're skipping like a bunch of steps. You're going like the first house to the 12th house. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, let's slow your roll. You're going from like the Fool to the World. Like, we gotta like, let's take it step by step. Like, you know what I mean? Let's have like a blend. Let's keep going. Let's use this fuel to like, I don't know, get through this pain. So I think your spirit guides are really wanting you to kind of like assess more like where you're at. Like, truth transcends illusion. Like, you've realized some sort of a truth, and I think that you're just like, okay, I see. Oh, look, the Ace of Swords, I just cut to it, and the Eight of Cups. I almost just said Ace of Cups, but it's like, all right, I've seen the truth. Woo, woo. You know, when like you whistle like that, let's go, girls. Like, I don't know why I just heard that from Shania Twain. I feel like a woman, but it's like a girl power vibe. Like, Ace of Wands, my new beginning. Like, I'm hopping to it. Like, I don't care. Like, but I think this might be something that kind of comes back to bite you on the tail a little bit later. So, and I just cut to the Ace of Swords again. So yeah, there was definitely some truth. And it's like, I don't think you're in denial of the truth, but you're just like, it's quite the opposite. Like, you really believe what you've seen, and you're like ready to move on. Oh, I also got a song for you. It was We've Got to Do Something. It's from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And again, it's like Forgetting Sarah Marshall, that movie, in the movie, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's like he's going through a breakup, whatever. He found out the girl that he was with, his girlfriend, was like cheating on him, or well, she actually breaks up with him and tells him that there was somebody else. So he like finds out like the truth, you know. And then he goes on vacation to Hawaii to try to like, he tries all this stuff to make himself feel better, whatever. Like, I think he tries to like bang a bunch of girls. Like, what else? I mean, he is like listening to sad music and stuff. I don't know. But then he goes on vacation or whatever, got a change of scenery, and then he meets, you know, Mila Kunis's character, and tries to like engage in a relationship with her like right away, but ends up like running back to his ex and sort of like destroying the foundation that he was trying to build with this new girl. And I remember her saying in the movie, she's like, you shouldn't be in a relationship with anyone right now. And I feel like your spirit guides maybe would say that to you too. Like, and maybe you feel like, okay, but like, I deserve happiness or something like that. And you do. But I think your spirit guides can kind of see this, like the whole picture. And so they might be saying like, this isn't going to bring you happiness. It's going to bring you like, what's the word? Temporary, like, gratification, like instant gratification. Like, you think you're looking for your true happiness, but what you're really gonna like, what you're really looking for and what's really motivating you is a desire for instant gratification. Instead of like sort of like working through the pain the old-fashioned way, like, you know, kind of a thing. So let's see what else they have to say with the tarot. What message does pile 1 spirit guides have for them right now? 2 of Pentacles. You're doing too much here. Like, okay, like, let's get more. What message do pile 1 spirit guides have for them? The 3 of Wands. Let's see what else. The 6 of Wands. Okay. What advice, what does pile 1's guys want to say to them right now? Okay. Oh. The Devil. Ooh, scary. Okay, just kidding. And then we have the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. Okay, interesting, because the Devil is like the shadow side of the Lovers. Oh, we have 2 number 15s here. It's almost like you're like trying to be like, okay, I learned my lesson from this. I feel like this is a relationship now that the Lovers are showing up. But we'll see. I don't know. But I feel like, again, it's like, starting with the 2 of Pentacles here, it's like juggling things, doing so much. Like this little fox or whatever it is, he's like lifting weights with his foot, with his hands too. It's like, I'm trying to like work out, like I'm trying to like be my best self, like blah 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 blah, like I'm not gonna let this slow me down, kind of a thing. But like energetically, like I think your spirit guides are over here trying to like pull you back, like wait. Just the way the tail is caught on these wands, it's like you have plans and you're trying to move forward, but I think this is like your spirit guides here, these 3 wands, like even your own soul, whatever you want to call it, it's like trying to like keep you kind of stuck for a minute. Like let's take a second here, let's take a second to sort of go within with this healer energy. Stay true to your path as a healer. That might mean that you're somebody that maybe you feel like you're doubting your path as like a healer, like even if you feel like you're somebody who's like more like intuitive or something like that, because you feel like you were wrong about how you felt about somebody, or like you thought the real, yeah, because like with 22, that's like a master number and it's in reverse, so it's almost like you feel like a failure or something like that. So it's almost like you want to redirect your energy, because I don't see any watery energy here. I thought that's what would like come out, if I'm being honest, something like more Piscean energy or something like that, like, oh, like do this. But I feel like it's showing you that it's almost like you're ready to sort of like abandon your healing gifts, whatever your natural abilities are, and maybe you're getting into like a hustling energy. We have Capricorn, a lot of, we don't have we have earth energy and fire energy, which is very much to me like the energy of working hard, staying power, like I gotta like be successful, like I have to like be disciplined right now, like I have to be doing all the stuff, like I was saying, you're like a multitasker, and you're having a tough time just like letting yourself be and listening to those like whispers of what you maybe should be feeling and facing right now. It's like, even here, this devil has like a lightning bolt on its heart, where it's like, I'm just gonna be in search of things that like excite me like from now on, instead of things that make me feel. I feel like you want to turn, your feelings are not even here. Like there's really no cups energy, except maybe this dragonfly is like an air sign, but like it does kind of skim the water. But again, I think the water is just there in this energy, and it's in reverse, just to show that it's like not being integrated. Like emotions are not being integrated. We're trying to skip over it. Like, oh, here's my happy ending with this rainbow. Like, but I think something in this healing process that you maybe need to go through is going to almost lead you where you need to go. Like it's back, it's not forward. It's like you want to move forward, but it's like behind you. It's like something about looking on the past and taking the time is going to either provide you with some sort of hope or some sort of like answer or something like that. But again, it's like we're skipping over things here. We have wings on our shoes here. Like we're moving at like a hyper speed. Like that's not going to have a good ending. Like we're ending with the devil energy, which is the lovers in reverse. So like say it was the rebound situation I spoke of earlier. It's like you're going to like rebound right into somebody that maybe a snake. I see a snake here, like a snake kind of a person, like a dishonest sort of a person, maybe like a married man or something like that. It's like you're gonna like skip right over the pain and like land in a situation that you maybe are gonna tell yourself is good, but you know deep down that it's not. There's some sort of deceptive energy slithering around, like a married man, I said, or even just somebody in a relationship, or just somebody that's not a good person and kind of like treats you bad, and you're just in such a rush to move on to something else that you don't see that it's not a good fit for you. And you're just like, hey, yeah, sign me up. Like, I love this, anything but this. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like this needs to be looked at. Like we need to stop and turn around and take a look at what we've been denying. I think, and the answer lies in our emotional energy here. So, okay, are we going to do anything else? I'm just going to leave you with some advice from my advice stack that I made. Let's see. All right. What advice do Pile One's guides have for them? When an opportunity presents, don't hesitate to seize it. Okay, I feel like it's like the opposite of what I've been feeling, but we'll see. Write down the thoughts that haunt you. We have get in touch with those more sensual and relaxing energies. And it says you feel what you feel right now and later you'll feel something else. It's all temporary. Don't let anyone use your past to invalidate who you are today. You grew. You're not a hypocrite. We have keep the promises you make to yourself. It's the best way to cultivate trust. Make sure to love what you perceive as unlovable about yourself a little extra. Power is in flux. The wheel is always turning. If you want love, be love. So, okay, when an opportunity presents, don't hesitate to seize it. And again, I feel like that coming out right next to write down the thoughts that haunt you and get in touch with those more sensual and relaxing energies. I feel like you could be coming up on some sort of like free time, like coming up where, and it's like, I think what Spirit is saying, like, is instead of like seizing it in the way where it's like, you have to, like, you have free time. Now's a great time to organize those closets. Now's a great time to, like, you know, go hard at the gym for 3 hours. I think Spirit's saying, like, why don't you seize an opportunity to sort of, like, relax and enjoy your day, and, like, even if it is some sort of, like, breakup situation or something like that, or some sort of ending, like, take yourself out to lunch, like, go have a nice meal by yourself, or even with your friends, I guess, but just try to do something that's gonna really go get a pedicure, like, instead of like having to do something, like I was saying, multitask. It's like, oh, I have to go, this is something like, I do. It's like I'll be like, oh, I have to like do my yoga, and then like which is good. It's not like it's bad not to do that. Or what was I gonna say? Or tennis, or like when I dance. It's like I have to like multitask. I like to have fun, but I'm like using fun as like something I have to check off my to-do list. Like have fun, whilst burning calories at the same time. Like, it's just crazy, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, why not just have the fun without having to burn the calories? Like, you know, maybe just like let yourself eat some extra calories for one day. Like, I'm sure it'll be fine. There's also this reminder here, like, even if you feel what you feel right now and later you'll feel something else, it's all temporary. Like, you don't need to run from your feelings, because probably, like, it's not as bad as you think. Like, you know, we gotta, like, appreciate all ends of the spectrum. And what's that song you got? We've got to do something. Like, and there is that message about a healer. So I think, especially if you're somebody that maybe people go to her for advice, or, you know, you're some sort of therapist or something like that, like, the experiences that you go through really help you. Those are your healing gifts. It's like sometimes you have to, like, maybe you're a writer, like, because now I'm looking at that, it came out right over this healing card. So maybe getting your feelings out in that way, that's good for a little multitasking soul here. There you go. Write about your feelings. You'll be getting it out. You'll be understanding them more. You'll be writing. You know, if you do that, if you have like a blog or something like that, or you're a speaker, like you have like a channel on YouTube, or you just speak on your experiences or something like that, it's like that's like where the realest stuff comes from. I remember reading like Tommy Lee's book. It's just his autobiography. I forget what it's called. Maybe just Tommyland. And he talks about how, like, I forget what he says, but he says like all like the best songs are like just like the rawest, realest shit like that comes out. And he talks about like Eminem, Kim, which I don't know about that song. I can't even listen to it. It's so disturbing. But it's just like, I'm trying to think of, look, what's a song like that for me? Like You Oughta Know by Alanis Morissette. Like, you know, that's just like so raw. Like, you know what she was feeling for the Full House guy, like right in that moment. It's like, you know, like if she just went to the gym that day instead of like writing the song, like we'd never have that like anthem to like bop out to like every time like we have our heart broken. Like, you know, like what else is a good example? Like a super emotionally like potent song, like, I don't know, I can't really think of one. That was the first one that popped in. So, you know, something like that. It's like you could be denying the world like some sort of creative expression that could maybe help somebody else to just like woo, like get motivated themselves by just taking like a little bit of time to sort of like get down into like the emotional 12th house stuff that you don't want to deal with. That, you know, of course you don't want to deal with it. You'd rather just feel good now. Like, who wouldn't? Don't let anyone use your past to invalidate who you are today. You grew, you're not a hypocrite. And like I was saying, like, especially if you sort of like believed in a relationship or a person or something, and now you're like changing your mind, maybe you feel like some sort of hypocrite, some sort of false person with the truth transcends illusion. Maybe you feel like a failure and like you don't even have these gifts or something like that. You don't have your intuition or something like that. So it's like maybe though it's like you do, and you were always meant to like sort of have the situation shake out this way and like grow past the situation, and that was all part of the process, and that's something else spirit wants you to know. And keep the promises you make to yourself. It's the best way to cultivate trust. That's pretty self-explanatory. You know, I feel like you are having trouble like trusting in yourself right now, but I think that if you really like looked at the situation, you might realize that that you maybe did know that there were signs that you maybe were ignoring or something like that, and that you, not that you can't trust yourself, but that you have to like believe your intuitive hits that you get sometimes. Like, you know, maybe like you would get a hit like, oh, maybe this isn't like the right situation for me to be in, but then you would kind of be like, no, it's okay, like blah blah blah, like something like that. And it's like, even though the signs were there, you like ignored them. It doesn't mean that you don't have those abilities. It's just that you have to learn to listen. Oh my god, listen. You need to learn to listen. I forgot about that like card being here. Like, that was the first card. So it's like, yeah, I feel like that is a big message coming through, that yeah, you could have all the intuition in the world, but if you ignore it or don't listen to it, it's gonna not really do you any good. Make sure to love what you perceive as unlovable about yourself a little extra. I think spirit really wants you to make sure that you're being good to yourself, that you're realizing that even if something doesn't work out, doesn't mean because you weren't worthy of it or that you did something wrong. It maybe was always meant to go down this way. This is sort of Wheel of Fortune energy with power. The wheel is always turning, blah, blah. So I feel like that's what they want you to know, that like, you know, kind of like things are meant to happen. And like I was saying, your spirit guides kind of see ahead. So they may have some sort of answers or insights that you don't know about. And you might be sitting here thinking you did something to get off your path, but you're still on your path here. It's not really possible to get off your path. It's just like part of the path, you know? So just like own where you're at right now and know that things are going to always turn around. And if you're kind of down low on the wheel, like the only place to go is up. So it's a kind of a good place to be. That's where I'd rather be, because then it's like, whoop, we got that climb to go to, and then we're going to be at the top again. So, all right, pile one, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please leave me some love on my channel, like, comment, or subscribe. And I will catch you in the next reading, okay? Bye. Oh, for the love of God. Look at that. Hey, lovey. So if you chose pile 2 and this card, number 41, the Alabaster Tablet of Layla, and the travel card, seeing the surface of the ocean is not the same as diving deep to see the coral. We also have here South Node in Libra in the 4th house. So let's look at this for a minute, because I feel like this is a pretty clear message here. We're having a little trouble getting out of our comfort zone here. I feel like we have a lot of desire. Okay, I don't know, like in between when I like do my piles, like I just like lit some sage, and it was crazy because like it caught fire, like this huge flame, and then when I like blew it out, like none of the sage was actually lit up. So it's like I feel like you get these ideas or something like that, and then they just like burn out. Like you don't really like have like the energy to keep them going. Honestly, it does remind me of an Aries energy, because it's like starting but like no staying power or something like that. But it's like maybe you get and you have a hard time making a decision like either way. With Libra energy, it's a very indecisive energy. So, and then with the with the South Node, it's like we have difficulty like getting out of our comfort zone. maybe in the realm of relationships with Libra being here, maybe in the realm of like the home, like maybe there's like some sort of new opportunity with travel where it's like you could end up getting like relocating for whether like for a job or a relationship or something like that, and you're sort of like scared to take the plunge, or maybe it's a sort of, you have like an opportunity. It could be as simple as like to take a vacation and you're just like scared to fly, or you're scared to like go somewhere without your mom, like, or something like that. Like, honestly, like to be in like a strange country, like that scares you. Like, you're just sort of like, ooh, I don't know. Like, I like sticking close to home here. I don't want to like leave my pets. Like, it could be anything, like where it's just like an opportunity to like go on a vacation or something like that. So let's read out of the book here. I feel like you could be sort of down. That's like way she's like looking down. There's some sort of like clarity. I see like light coming in up here, but it's like we don't want to see it. We want to close our eyes to it. And I feel like you're sort of like closing your eyes to your own potential or to your own self, something like that. But let us just quickly read the little blurb from the book here. Alabaster Tablet of Layla. You are remembering at a soul level. You are tapping into greater awareness and an understanding of your highest life purpose. Wait, you are tapping into greater awareness and an understanding of your highest life purpose shall become even clearer to you. I feel like that should have a comma. Anyway, this may evoke unsettling change within you, but that change is necessary for a new way to manifest. You are protected and guided at all times, especially when you feel uncertain about your course. You are truly loved. Yeah, there's something here where it says Layla teaches wisdom to all souls before they are born. She then strikes the upper lip of the infant at the moment of birth, creating the indentation at the upper lip and causing the child to forget everything they know. Life is then the journey of reconnection and rediscovery. So it's saying that like before you're born, you have all this knowledge of like who you are, what your purpose is, what you're meant to do here, blah, blah. And then it's like right before you're born, it's like that angel, that Layla, like strikes you on the lip and you forget everything you know. And it's like, that's what life is about. It's like rediscovering who you are. And like, even like this travel could mean just like traveling inside yourself, diving deep into your own self instead of keeping things surface level. I feel like you're afraid to travel, whether it's like outer or inner or both. It's like there's this sort of like need to stay in your comfort zone, need to stay where you feel secure and stable and secure. I just said that twice. But the South Node is all about that. I feel like your fears do hold you back quite a bit. And it's like you're, like I was saying, it's like you get the ideas, you get the motivation, you get like the want, the desires to do things, like is very big, but then it's like just burns out and there's no action behind it. And I think your spirit guides are kind of like, yo, like this fire, that's maybe like what, like that sage example I used, you could probably like rewind it and see it if you really don't know, get what I'm saying. But like, it's like before I started the reading, I like lit some sage in the candle, and I'm telling you, like the flame was super high, but then like there was not a lot of smoke. It was like the sage wasn't really lit up, it just kind of burned out quick, you know. That's like what I'm getting. I feel like this light kind of comes in, you get an idea, and then like to do something, you try to do it, but then you just kind of like, it's like a half-ass thing and you don't really follow through with it. And you just stay in your comfort zone. And I think spirit is wanting to draw your guides are definitely wanting to draw your attention to that right now. So let's put this up here. We have travel with these little guys here. And let's get the rest of your oracle cards on the table here. So what do pile 2's guides want them to hear right now? Oh, sorry. What is the message for pile 2? We have dance. Move your body to music, dance with the rhythm of life, manifest your dreams through dance. Okay. And what else? What did pile 2 spirit guides? What's the message that they want to bring through for pile 2? Owl, you see clearly now. Number 43. Wasp spirit, sometimes life stings. Oh, what song did I get from you? Wonderwall by Oasis. So again, I feel like you're keeping walls up. It's like, I won't move beyond the city walls, the city limits here. Like, I won't, it's something like that where I feel like it's like you've built your own little wonder wall to keep yourself safe. That's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. And we have patience, number 16, with walking away on the bottom of the deck. So, okay, I feel like another thing I'm getting, oh, 2 cards just like fell off this, or a bunch. Let's see. Walking away, door to value, man holding a heart, blossoming abundance. I'm just looking at these quick to see if I get a little story. It's like you're walking away from potential money, love, possible like abundance just in all areas of your life out of fear. I feel like you're just like walking away. Okay, that all came out. It's time to take a look in the mirror. That was on the bottom of the deck. So it's like, I don't know, maybe someone's trying to offer you some love, you're walking away. Like, maybe you have an opportunity. What's that? There's a meme I've seen on Instagram like 100 times where it's like, I just got offered like 125K to go live in Oregon. Like, what's in Oregon? Blah, blah, blah. And someone else like writes back like 125K. Like, hey. So it's like, you know, like it's don't dig too deep into things. If like follow like that fire, like if it's telling you like this is a good idea, like maybe you have to travel for work for like a new job opportunity or something like that, and you're sort of afraid to spread those wings here. But I feel like something is like you're afraid of what other people are like gonna think of you. You're afraid to look stupid or silly, because that's what I get with dance sometimes. It's like you're afraid that like people are always watching you, and if you deviate from your usual, like your comfort zone, from like this very, because Libra energy reminds me of like the King of Swords, and it's like a very rigid sort of an energy, like the King of Swords can be. And I've even with this owl spirit again, it's like there's like a crown. It's like the king of the air, like the King of Swords. I'm kind of getting that vibe where it's like I have to keep a certain image. Like I don't want to deviate from like this sort of like person that this sort of image that I've crafted for myself. I want to be seen a certain way by like society, maybe. We have 2 sevens here. So again, this is all about though, like this whole like alabaster tablet of Layla, that's about like forgetting who you are and then remembering. That's what like the dance of life is all about here. And again, how do you know? You know by these little, like, what drives you, what inspires you, what motivates you, what you desire. Like, really, like, what do you truly desire? Not by what you think you should desire, but what do you actually, what sets your heart on fire here? And you probably know what that is, but at the same time, it's like you're not willing to, maybe you keep telling yourself like, oh, it's not the right time. I feel like it's not, I gotta wait. Like, you know, like there's like a block around your heart, I feel, where it's like you don't even want to listen maybe to whatever these insights that are coming in, like you're sort of ignoring them. You're sort of like maybe being invited to for some fun times, like maybe to a dance, like, or something like that, if you're like in school or something, and you're just like, I don't want to go, like, I don't have a date, or like, I don't know, like I don't want to look silly, like I don't want to get dressed up, or you know, I'd rather just stay home and, you know, hang out with my dog or something like that, or my cat. Like, I'm not trying to do that, which is fine if that's what you really want to do. But it's like, I think Spirit's saying there's some new experiences being opened up to you that you're sort of ignoring. And even if they don't turn out to be right, it's like still like good to like gather that intel to see like, do I like this or don't I? Like, is this like a right, and it helps you to sort of, is this like the right thing for me? Like, oh yeah, I really do like it, or oh no, you know what, like this is not for me. Like, if it's like a job, like, I don't know, or if it's like a person that you're thinking about, like, hanging out with, or even just a new friend, and you're like, oh, this could be fun, like let's hang out and see how it goes, and then like they're there the whole time and they just are really annoying, and you're like, oh, actually it's not like what I want to do, so maybe, I'll move on to the next thing, or I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you won't know until you try, kind of a thing, but you won't even try, and you keep telling yourself you have to wait for whatever reason, like, but it's like you're getting these feelings and these desires for a reason, but it's like you don't want to really believe that, or something like that. It's like you don't want to, I really feel like it's more about how you look to other people. It's like you don't want to look stupid in front of people, or it's like you don't want them to see you as being weird or different or something like that. It's like, yeah, you don't want to, and it's almost like you're blocking off your own happiness, whether on purpose or it's just like kind of a result of what's going on. So let's see, what message does pile 2 spirit guides have for them? We have the Page of Cups. Yeah, like follow that like inspiration, like with this paintbrush here. The Page of Cups, and then we have the Page of Wands here. He's dancing too, like, yeah, like having a great time. Hold on, let's see what else. What message does pile 2's spirit guide? Just 9 of Swords. Like, you're too scared. Like, you're just like, oh my god, like I might actually like that. Like, let me run away. Let me just hide over here, or something like that. I think your spirit guides actually think it's like cute. We have the Moon and the Devil. Oh, this was the same position in the last pile. But whereas that pile was like almost like the opposite, where I feel like their emotions and stuff, like so they just kept doing and trying new things. Let me try this new experience. Let me blah, blah, blah. Whereas like you're like, I just want to stay in this sort of an energy, even in a scared energy. It's like, I'll just stay here where I'm safe. Like, yeah, maybe I'm scared, but nothing can actually get to me here. With the Wonder Wall, it's like you have a wall built up. We have 2 major arcanas. 2 not so great major arcanas. I hate to say it, not so great in the way of like it could be like a little bit more difficult energies to move through. Not that like, you know, you're doing something wrong by being in these energies, but it's like you got to get some momentum going to sort of sail through these difficult energies for reals. Like you gotta, you know, realize that you got to keep swimming and stuff like that, because no one can really do that for you. Like, if you, not that you have to like really get to the bottom of like who you are as a person and what you're meant to do here, but I feel like it's something that your soul sort of like wants you to do. And your spirit guides definitely want you to do that. And it's like, it's almost like they're saying, you see clearly now, like, you know, like you kind of know. Like they're saying, like they're winking at you, like, yeah, we'll play along, like, you know what I mean? But like it's like the same shit's gonna keep happening. Like I feel like they like, we know, you know, we know, you know. Like, what's that episode of Friends where Monica and Chandler, and it's like, they don't know, we know, we know, like, you know what I mean? It's just like this sort of thing where it's like you know and we know, and you're just kind of like lying to yourself, but like not even as convincingly anymore. Like it's like this isn't really staying hidden as well as it used to. Like I don't think you're as good as like tamping things down as you used to be, maybe. Like it's like more of the light is like breaking through. So, and it's almost, I think, more of the struggle is like breaking it feels worse almost, because it's like the fight is like getting, like one side is getting just as strong as the other side, so it's like a true equal battle now, whereas before I think you were able to just like tamp it down so much easier. And like the side of like denial would sort of win out like so much easier, but now it's like this side, which, okay, like that King of Swords energy, where it's like you are consciously aware now, but the Moon energy underlying, it's like half and half. It's like more of an equal battle, if that makes sense. It's like, so it's like you're in constant struggle and conflict and worry here with the 9 of Swords being here. It's like hard for you to find that emotional peace, because there's like this constant battle going on, and you know, it's like coming into your awareness again, like we were talking about here. So it's almost like, I don't know, like I feel like your spirit guides are like, this is just only gonna, I don't think there's any going back. Like it's like now you see it. It's not like now you see it, now you don't. Like you've seen it. It's almost like like, oh my god, like, is this me? Like you're like scared of who you are, or you're scared of like again, like just deviating from your comfort zone. And I feel like Libras, I don't know if this is true for all Libras, but my niece is a Libra, and I don't know, she's very concerned with like how she looks to people, like she, you know, as far as like her outfits and things like that. But also, I don't know, I just feel like she doesn't want to appear a certain way. Like she's, and she is like mad cool. Like she's like the coolest person I know. Like literally, she's just like cool. Just naturally. Like I've seen her whole life and she's always been that way. So it's like, you know, that's probably true for you too, where you're just like naturally this like whatever you're actually interested in and who you actually are is probably a lot better than whatever sort of like facade that you're like, not facade, but like kind of wall that you built up to sort of like protect yourself here. And with the Wonderwall song, like if you listen to that song, it's like all the lights that light the way are blinding, all the roads that lead you there are winding, like blah blah blah. So it's like, again, it's like it's like feeling lost, but it's like spirits like wink wink, we know you know the way, and you're just like pretending like you don't hear and just trying to like, you know, kind of go back to your little safe place here. But oh, let me look at this book real quick. Sorry, give me one quick second. Maybe it wasn't in this book that I was like looking at, but all right, no, I was thinking of something else. Sorry. But it's almost like being in this energy does serve you for a time though, because it's almost like if you try to take on too much and try to like radically change super fast, like I don't think that's really good either. So it's like, and the way I'm seeing this moon where it's like half and half, it's like you integrate these energies. Like I feel like integration is going on in the collective right now because that was like a big theme in my last reading too. But I feel like you integrate it slowly and then it's not as scary. Like if you're in the Nine of Swords energy at rock bottom, you climb up like one sword at a time, like one rung at a time, instead of trying to face all these worries at once. Like that's what I feel like maybe is happening. There's too much going on right now, and like you're too scared of change maybe, or you're too scared of like it's too many worries all at once. It's like you're trying to do too much all at once, where it's like maybe focus on one thing at a time. Maybe like you're trying to become more independent because we have these two nines like center stage with two sevens. Those are all like very independent energies, and like the main energy that you chose was, it was a 5, which could be even good change though, good change or bad change, maybe a mix of both here. It's like change is scary, whether it's something that you really want or whether it's like even like winning the lottery can be scary because it's like, oh, like sometimes there's like that curse of like if you win the lottery and like bad luck starts happening. Or it could be that you know, you're afraid like people are only going to use you for money from now on or something like that. So even a good thing could have like bad connotations and cause like fear reactions of fear. So I feel like that's only natural, but your guides are like, with the devil energy, I feel like, again, that's sort of like that energy of like super discipline, where it's like, again, you're like, no, I need to like be disciplined right now and I can't like have like good things in my life right now. But it's like an energy, I think, of self-sabotage. And it is also the shadow side of the Lovers, but I'm getting more career stuff here in this pile. I feel like it's more of like a rigid energy, or where it's like I'm getting more of like maybe like moving for work or something like that, if I'm being honest, and you're like scared to maybe start something new and like move somewhere new, or because like I was saying, the 4th house could be about like your home, so maybe like you have an opportunity to like leave your home. And if it is a relationship, maybe you're like leaving a marriage or something like that, like you're leaving like your family base somehow, by moving into this next phase of your life. It's really like making you leave your comfort zone, going from like the Page of Cups to the Devil. Like maybe you've been pretty carefree most of the time, and now it's like you're gonna have to take on some more responsibilities, and you're like, oh, maybe I'm not ready for this. Like you're having a lot of fears. But I think, again, Spirit's saying with this 6 of Swords, like basically like you can do it. Like you have the tools you need. Like you have, it's time. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's almost like it's time to sort of like maybe move into the next phase of your life. And yes, it's natural to be scared, but that doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing. So yeah, I don't know, let's get your advice. But yeah, overall, I feel like your guides want you to know that it's okay to fear change. Like I feel like there's like a cycle of your life ending and a new one beginning. You can feel it and you almost like don't like it, or it's causing, like I was saying, a fear reaction in you. You're worried how you're going to look to other people. Maybe you're worried how if you fail at this, how you're going to look to everyone after that, or something like that. So let's get the actual advice from your guides. I don't know. All right, let's look at those, I guess. It says meditation prompt. Who am I? Who have I always been? Look to your childhood. This is like exactly the message of this reading, like discovering who you are. And that's by like doing things in your life. It can be through like meditating and stuff like that. But here I think it's saying like find the fun, find what sets your sage on fire and try to like follow through with it. Fierceness and vulnerability both have a place in you. I feel like you could be more towards like a masculine energy where vulnerability isn't something you really feel comfortable with at all. And I think spirit wants you to like work on that. Your spirit guides don't take failure so personally. See what you can learn from it. And that's pretty self-explanatory. Are we taking all of these? Yeah, mental stress, like with that 9 of Swords. Imagine the dense energy of your mind trickling down into your body. Take a breath, stretch, and shake your shoulders. Like, try to put it down. Try to detach from whatever is stressing you out. Look, what makes you feel most alive? Choose that. Yeah, that's very much a message of this reading. You're not your thoughts and emotions. Learn to detach and observe them. Yeah. Don't be afraid to make a fuss if someone is violating you in any way. And last one is don't be so smart you can't wonder. That's sort of like a King of Swords energy. That's like this meme I posted, I remember, like, don't be so cool you can't cry. Don't be so smart you can't wonder. Something about don't fear the rain. Don't be scared of the rain when you hear the roll of thunder. I don't know. It's like the corniest shit ever. But anyway. Don't be, there's a lot of like don't, I feel like this is you telling yourself like don't do that, like don't, you might look stupid, like you might fail, like you might, you know. And I think spirits like don't, not like what is that, oh, I was just reading something where it's like in one of my other oracle decks where it was like life isn't like, don't be afraid. You should be more afraid of like not doing something ridiculous so that you might fail and like not experience something fully than you should be of doing something ridiculous. Like, does that make sense? I feel like there's a sense of like with the dance of just like woo being silly and stuff like that. It's like you don't want to be in that energy at all. Like you want to be in like this like boss energy with the devil. Like, but it's like, okay, like that's great, but like what's the use of having like power if you don't have like fun and like you don't get to feel alive and like let loose and like do things that you actually enjoy? Like, I think they're saying like there's two sides of like the coin here, and only looking at one isn't really getting you anywhere. And like I was saying, that other side is kind of creeping in and you kind of can't really ignore it as well as you used to, so you might as well like work with it and, you know, maybe stop putting such limitations on yourself, like you're not this, don't do this, like blah blah blah. Like it's like chill over there, like, you know what I mean? Like if you're really like what you want to be, like you'll just be that and be happy, like, you know what I mean? So if you're feeling like you have other things, other fish you want to fry, I mean, explore it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, you know what I mean? You'll be like, oh, actually, I don't like this. Okay, that's it. Now I know. Bye. Like, period. Like, it doesn't have to be this, like, intense and this, like, I don't know, like, agonizing, like, for you. You know, I feel like you're making it, like, it's not that deep, buddy. Like, just do what you want to do and, like, not that I'm trying to like downplay how you feel, and you're like clearly you're in a very stressed out energy, but I feel like your spirit guides would be like, it's really not that like no one's really looking at you that hard, you know? Like I feel like that's what they would say. Like no one's really like, you're looking at yourself this way, like you're judging yourself, but no one else is really like, oh, what's this person gonna do next so I can like make fun of them and judge them. Like, and if people are doing that, like honestly, like if you're like, no, actually there are people like really like I have haters, or I have, you know, people that like are like kind of like that energy in my life, well then who cares what they think? Like they need to get their own life and stop worrying about yours so much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just like they're the loser. Like if they're doing that, like why are you so worried about what I'm doing? Like, you know what I mean? So either way, whether it is or not, it most likely it's probably not. Most likely it's you being scared, but like other people are like mostly just like living their own lives and worried about how other people are looking at them,
we all do it. We all worry about what other people think, or just like, you know what I mean? But we're always like the star of our own life. Like, but we always think we're the star of other people's lives, and they're always like looking at us and being like, ooh, like, look what they're doing now. Like, but really they probably didn't even notice, which I don't know. It's kind of sad too. But I think you would be happy to know that. So I think it's okay. But okay, guys, we're done. All right. I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And I hope, you know, I interpreted your guides' messages like correctly and in a way that sort of helped you like get some more clarity for yourself. But I think you already know anyway, based on this card. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. And please, if you have a sec, like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. If you like my readings, or if you want to tell me that I sucked, or whatever the case, I will appreciate all feedback, good or bad. All right, so thanks, guys, and I'll catch you in the next reading, okay? Bye. Oh, we lost the card. No. Oh no. What was this? All right, lovies. Hi, welcome. If you chose option pile 3, this is going to be your reading. We have number 19, Solve Polluti 741 Hertz. This is the only one I think that got like a frequency. So if, you know, maybe this reading resonates, that's something you want to listen to, like that frequency. Solve Polluti. I don't know how you say that. It's Latin. I think it means it's something about cleansing. It looks to me like solve pollution. So maybe there's something there where you're like some sort of activist, environmental activist, or just really passionate about the environment or something like that. It could also mean something about like detoxing yourself, like quitting smoking or vaping or drinking or some, like, you know, not really gorging yourself on unhealthy foods, like sort of trying to like start eating clean or something like that. I feel like this is more about you like getting healthier, like your energy overall, maybe body, mind, and soul, sort of like doing a whole like cleanse here. It says move, barnacles only grow on a docked ship. And the dice that you got, that might not be Saturn, but it was on Saturn, and then I rolled the dice when I was like setting up this pile. But I think it is. I think that is Saturn. Saturn and Cancer in the first house. So it's interesting because like I feel like you're really struggling with self-discipline right now. Like you're really struggling to get yourself moving, to like do what you feel you need to do. Saturn debilitates in the first house, I believe, and it's also the opposite energy of Cancer. Saturn can be more of a father energy, and Cancer is like the realm of like the mother and that nurturing energy. So it's like you got 2 strikes against you with the Saturn energy here. It doesn't really work well in Cancer or like the 4th house or the 1st house. It's sort of like, it's almost like I want to do things to better myself, but like I can't. Like I'm just like kind of like lost maybe in like some intense emotion or something, and I kind of can't get myself moving. But it's like this message of barnacles only growing on a dock ship. I mean, like you gotta, I don't know, like it's like the change isn't gonna happen if you're just kind of like not taking action. And the song that we got for reading was What Would You Do by City High, like a great jam from 2001. And that song is about, and I feel like that's maybe like your spirit guides talking to you. I mean, in that song, if you don't know it, it's like, what would you do if your son was at home? It's about how like he sees his friend at like a party, this girl that he used to go to school with or something, and she's like dancing for money. And not that there's, you know, anything necessarily wrong with that, but I mean, I guess he's known her since she was a kid, and he's like, whoa, what are you doing up there? And she's like, listen, like my son's at home and is hungry, like I gotta do what I gotta do to survive here, like, you know, like stripping, you know, it says if you gotta sleep with a man for a little bit of money, like it's kind of like talking about, I guess, integrity. Like he's saying like, whoa, like this is like, I thought you were gonna like go down a different path, and now you're kind of like going down this path, or like kind of having some questionable behaviors here, which again, I guess it could be that if, you know, I mean, if you're a stripper or something like that and you feel that that's, you know, what you want to do, and you do have integrity, like then that's one thing. But if it, in the situation of this song, it's like whatever this girl is doing, she's like doesn't, I don't think, feel that integral about it. Integral isn't the right word, but she doesn't feel like it's like she feels like she has no choice and like has to do this or something like that. And then the spirit guide like um like breaks it down later in the song, and it's like, what would you do? Get up on my feet and let go of every excuse. What would you do? Because I wouldn't want my baby to go through what I went through. It's weird because it was just Mother's Day, but what would you do? Get up on my feet and stop making tired excuses. What would you do? Girl, I know if my mother can do it, baby, you can do it. Like, anyway, but it's like, I feel like that's your spirit guides, like what would you do? Get up on my feet and let go of every excuse. It's like, stop making excuses. Like stop, and it's like, stop making excuses for why you're not doing what you know you should be doing. Like spirits, like your spirit guides are like, we don't have to tell you, you already know. You know, you have the Saturn energy here, like, oh, I should be doing this, like whatever it is, whatever just came to mind when I said that, that made you have a little squirmy, uncomfortable feeling. Okay, so maybe you haven't done it yet today, yesterday, the week before, like whatever it is, but it's like you still can do it now, like, you know what I mean, like and you know, in that song it talks about a lot of trauma in this girl's life. Like I don't want to trigger anybody, I mean it's a song, like whatever, like I mean the song, when it's like, I've been all how does it go, it's like, I know about pain because me and my sister ran away so my daddy couldn't rape us. Before I was a teenager, I'd been through all this shit you can't even relate to. Where it's like you don't know about my life, like, and maybe this is something you would say to your spirit guides, like, you don't know what I've been going through. Like, I'm sorry, like, I can't, like, I can't get up, like, I can't move, like, I can't. I want to, but I can't. And I think spirit's like trying to like motivate you in sort of like a way of like, come on, like let's get up, like, you know what I mean, like it's okay, like, you know, today's a new day, like I get it, you've been through it, and like we're trying to help you sort of get moving so you feel a little bit better and it'll be a little bit easier. Like start small, I feel like they would say, like maybe try listening to this hurts, maybe start dealing, oh my god, with the trauma, because yeah, in that song it's like it's talking about all that trauma that she's been through, all those like really rough experiences and hard times that she's, it's almost like this girl didn't have a chance, like she ran away with her sister when they were young, and god knows how they, like where they lived, were they homeless, like, you know, like it's like real trauma. So it's like now she's sort of like unsteadily on her feet, and it's like, you know, it's like that trauma though is still inside, and it's like, I think spirit saying like there needs to be sort of like a clear out. Your spirit guides want you to sort of try to like start clearing your energy and taking steps. So maybe by starting small and just taking care of some things that you have to sort of take care of, you need to definitely be focusing on yourself right now with this first house energy coming out. And I think they kind of like, your guides want you to like sort of do like a combination of like maybe more like things to make, like seeing a therapist, for example, or like trying to do energy healing or whatever you're, you know, you feel like you need for yourself. If it's like a addiction, like we were talking about initially, like getting into like a program or something like that, like doing your steps so you find out the root of the problem, but then also taking steps to be more like responsible and like hands-on in like your everyday like routine and daily activities and things like that. Because with Saturn, it's like I feel like you're very hard on yourself, but I also feel like you're not getting a lot done. But it's like you have the mind of like an authoritative parent. So maybe that's sort of how you grew up, where it's like you really weren't told that like you're okay the way you are. Like it was a little bit stricter of an environment where it was like you need to like get straight A's. Like you need to do all these activities, like, or you're going to be nothing in life, like, or something like that, like where it's like you had a very like, and that sort of voice has now become like your own voice, but it's like you're lacking like the motivation to really like get up and do those things. So it's like you have those thoughts but you can't do it, and it's now like you're sort of like punishing yourself or something like that. I'm really getting that vibe, like you're being very hard on yourself. And I think spirit is like, and maybe that whole, if my mother can do it, baby you can do it, maybe you feel like it was so easy for like whoever this person is, like this voice in your head. Or if it's not really that, maybe you're just looking around at other people that you know, or even characters on TV. Sometimes you look at that and you're like, oh, how can they like, I always, that's something I do. Like I always like I watch like, okay, like The Mentalist, for example. It's like a cop show where they go investigate people's you know, murders or whatever. So like they'll go to people's houses and just like knock on the door, be like, hey, can we talk to you? Like, when's the last time you saw so and so? But it's like I'm always like, how are these people's apartments always clean when someone walks in? Like how, like that if someone came to my house to investigate a murder, they'd be in for like a rude awakening. Like my house would not look like that. Like, and it's like, okay, it's a fucking TV show. Like obviously, like who knows? Like, you know, I'm sure there's plenty of people in the world that like have messy like apartments or houses or whatever. So anyway, it could be something like you're just like watching TV and you're feeling bad about yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like kind of like coloring everything. Like it's like you're stress laxing, like you're not really doing much, but you're not stopping to stress about it either. It's like you're not really ignoring it. Maybe you're trying to, like we were talking about, drinking or something like that, or like, you know, smoking weed or whatever it is, like, you know, like just to numb yourself out and keep yourself kind of like not fully conscious of what's going on. Just keep yourself distracted or whatever. So I don't know, let's start with that and we'll see what else comes through in this reading. But I feel like your guides like want you, or maybe even with that whole like what would you do, it's like maybe look at somebody that you're kind of like comparing yourself to and like ask yourself, like, what would this person do? Like, what would my mom do? What would my hero do? Like, what would the person on that TV show who has a clean apartment, what would they do? They'd probably grab a broom or something, like, you know, at some point this week, you know. Just, I know that's like a stupid example, but it's like what would, I don't know, a super successful person do every morning? Like, you know, especially if like with the Saturn energy, it's almost like you want to be successful. You feel like, you know, like I feel like at one point maybe you had really high aspirations for yourself, but it's like they've sort of like devolved into something like you've like devolved maybe into some sort of like, maybe you're in depression or something like that. Like, so it's like, but again, it's like you still feel like you're that person inside, but you're not like living up to it, and you're like castigating yourself. Is that how you say that word? Like you're punishing yourself. I'm really getting an energy of that. And I think spirit wants you, your spirit guides are like, yeah, like, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and be like, hold your hand and be like, ooh, poor you, like, you've been through it. Like, even though I think you have, and I think that they do feel for you, but they're like, we love you, and we're trying to encourage you to move so that you stop feeling this way. Like, please heed our advice, just do something, like, move, like, somehow, like, whatever it is. All right, so let's see. like it's like we would love to coddle you, and you know, but it's like we know that that's only gonna like sort of perpetuate this depression or whatever, fill in the blank, whatever is going on with you. And they're like, we want you to sort of like be able to shake this off and move on from it and like sort of like move through this, you know. We have delight. Count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in simple things. Always expect the best. And we have miracles here. Have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayer has been answered. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender the how. Let's get one of these. They definitely want you to feel better. I think seeing you succeed would like bring so much delight. But I also think that manifesting and things like that like need to be a co-creation and not just like bam, a miracle dropped on your door. Like you have to do a part two, and whether it's just trying to make yourself feel better in whatever simple way that you can. We have brown bear spirit, take time out. I think and then a turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race. I think you've kind of been in this sort of timeout energy, and spirit's like, it's time to get moving again, but we'll see what else comes through. And I think spirit's also saying like, if you're going to be resting and relaxing and that's what you need, okay. But like, you're not even relaxing. Like you're laying down and stressing out. Like you're kind of like letting things slide and like having anxiety about it. It's like, this isn't even time out. Like maybe your body is resting, but like your brain is not, like, and it's just kind of like creating more stress for you. Like all this relaxing is kind of counterproductive. And we have yin and yang. And we have the fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael, on the bottom of the deck, gracing us with his lovely presence. I love him. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Brown bear, take time out. I think spirit's like, okay, like you had your time out, it's time to get back in the game. Like, and I think that you maybe want to like, this is kind of like an energy from pile one, I believe, where it was like you want to use, in that one, it was like they wanted to use their pain as a springboard. I don't feel like, I don't know. I feel like this is more like apathy than pain at this point. Like, I feel like, oh, look, she's holding her heart. I feel like there's a lot of blockages or unresolved emotional trauma, something in your heart chakra. Oh my God, we have the heart chakra. That's what this is. Archangel Raphael. I just realized that. So yeah, I feel like maybe doing some like heart chakra work and like clearing your heart chakra could really help you right now, to sort of get into a more balanced state here. But I had a train of thought and I just lost it. There's unresolved trauma in your heart chakra. I think that trying to clear that energy could help you. Maybe that was it. I don't know. Maybe I felt like I was like going somewhere else with that. But definitely your spirit guides are coming through here. Like, it's the time for hibernation is past. Like this, oh, I was saying the thing about the springboard. So while someone else was like using their pain as a springboard, I feel like, oh, you've devolved into apathy where like you've blocked this off for so long that you're sort of like not even feeling the pain at this point. You're sort of numb. And whether it is with like the help of a substance or you've just like really like, it's like TV, like it could be anything that sort of like helps you to like numb out and like distract yourself from like whatever like pain there is here. I think spirit is saying that like taking the time to go through that pain and just feeling it will sort of like melt away like that hardened shell and like leave you open to like feel good again. Because again, I feel like you're just like that apathetic, depressed energy. I don't feel like you're sitting around crying. I don't feel like this is like a event that has triggered this, but I feel like maybe spirit is trying to sort of trigger your heart to like move too, like to beat. I almost feel like that's what they want, to move your heart. It's like you're so numbed out that it's like you don't even have any motivation because you're not even desiring anything because you're just like in this energy of apathy. And like I was saying, I do think that you want to be more successful and be moving, but there's not like a true heart desire behind it. So that's probably why you're having trouble. And I think it would be more beneficial to like just not expect to just like have like a miracle, because we had this miracle energy here. to not expect like a miracle. It's like we have to like move at a slow and steady pace yourself, instead of just expecting something to like fall on your lap and miraculously like, you know, appear for you here. So let's get the tarot and see what else that they want to say, specifically Archangel Raphael. If you ever work with his beautiful energy, he, especially like, I feel like for people that have a lot of heart trauma and that have been through a lot of like painful emotional situations in their past, he's like a great energy to work with, to ask for healing and things like an assistance if you believe in that sort of a thing. He's like my BFF, like I like hang out with him every night. But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just a beautiful, beautiful energy. And I feel like he might have been coming through with that "What Would You Do" song, because I feel like he sort of like brings his messages sometimes in like a funny way of like, I don't know, like that vibe I was getting of like, I feel like, remember I said I feel like your spirit guide's like, come on, like stop making excuses, like get up. Like I feel like it's like he'll almost try to make you laugh and like kind of bring a little humor with this delay energy. He'll like kind of deliver the messages in like a funny way. So anyway, I just could talk about him all day. All right, let's get some cards. What do your spirit guides want you to know right now? What message do they want to bring through for pile 3 right now? The 7 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. The 7 of Wands. The Queen of Wands. Okay. And oh my god, that just fell. But that was the Strength card. And the 5 of Swords is like underneath it. So, oh, okay, why does that keep falling on the floor? That's Leo energy. We have Leo energy here with the Queen of Wands as well. Pisces energy, and 2 sevens. So I feel like things aren't going to grow unless you water them. Like if you have a plant and you don't water it, it's gonna die. Like, let's be real. Actually, I need to water my plants right now after this reading. But it's like, I feel like your spirit guides do try to help you to a point. I feel like they sort of come in and try to like give you maybe even like ideas or something like that, but it's like you don't take the advice. Maybe even if it's not like your spirit guides, like, and you're not really spiritual and you don't like connect with them like that, it could just be like, you know, sometimes they put advice through like a show you're watching, a song you hear, a friend says something to you, or you hear 2 people talking next to you, like in front of you at the grocery store. It just like resonates, like it's, and you get these little like insights, but it's like almost like you're stuck and you're incapable of taking the advice given to you. And this frog is an energy of cleansing and clearing as well. That was like the whole message of this reading. So I think that there needs to be a sort of balancing out of like getting rid of old energies and like building up something new here. I feel like it's not going to, I feel like it could be take a lot longer than you think or something like that with the 7 of Pentacles. Like this is going to be a slower process. And I feel like your spirit guides are bringing home that message, not to like frustrate you, but to like make you relax with where you're at. Like it's okay if it takes time. This is like not an overnight thing. This is like a Piscean energy, like a 12th house energy. It's like a slower energy. It's an energy where you have a lot of things to unpack that maybe other people don't. So if you're comparing yourself with other people, that I feel like I'm really channeling your guides right now. Like, I'm sorry. But like, if you're comparing yourself with other people, that's not fair because they don't have the same issues that you have to deal with. Like, they're not sitting here fighting off these voices, these like nasty voices, like I was saying, if it was like a parental figure or something like that, that like was really like mean to you, or, it could have, I don't know what other example to use, but like there's some sort of like mean energy. like where that I told you is like now kind of like become your own voice. Like other people don't have these thoughts about themselves, like to fight off. Like they're not constantly getting jabbed and like feeling this shame and feeling this guilt about their life because they weren't raised that way. They were raised with love. They were raised with acceptance and kindness, and like they learned to like love and accept themselves, and they just had a healthier go of things. Like it's different for you, and that's why it's okay like to be where you're at. Like, and again, like I was saying, they want to like help you through it because they want you to feel better because like they love you, but they're not sitting here judging you. They're not sitting here like get up because like otherwise you're a failure. They're like, oh my god, like we see that you're struggling right now and we want to help you untie this rope so you can be free and clear this energy and have this delightful happy energy in your life. But this says take time out, but I'm looking at it as like it's gonna take time to sort out or something like that, and it's okay. Like it is okay. Like don't beat yourself up. And if you're like watching this reading and it's resonating and things like that, maybe just take one day to sort of like accept this truth of like it's okay that I haven't really gotten as far as I feel that I should be, or maybe my parents feel I should be, or whoever, like, you know, society thinks I should be, and just like accept where I'm at and really have a day of relaxing where you just sort of like watch your favorite show, get your favorite food and chill. And then, you know, like as the next day be like, okay, like today I'm gonna get up, whatever you've been, you know, if you've been drinking a lot, like, or smoking a lot of weed, like maybe, or like waking and bacon, and then like just kind of like being kind of like woo throughout the day or something like that, be like, you know what, I'm gonna not smoke when I first wake up. I'm gonna have a cup of coffee and I'm gonna just go sit outside with my cup of coffee and just like listen to the birds chirping for a little bit or something. It could be as simple as that. Like take pleasure in simple things. I'm gonna like rearrange my room and just sort of like put my bed on the other side of the room and blah 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 blah, like, you know, rearrange my space. So I'm gonna be put into like a new vibe today, and like I'm just gonna feel like a new person or something like that. It could be a very simple little change, and you're gonna look around at your new room and be like, wow, this is so cool. Like I've always wanted to hang up those like vines in my room, or have like twinkle lights in my bedroom, like, or get a star machine, or like just you're gonna do something like little like that that's gonna like just create a more like sanctuary, create some sanctuary for yourself. With the bear spirit, I think about them hibernating, and you know, that can be, you know, just like all energies, there's a good and a bad side to it. So yin and yang, there's a light and a dark. Like a bear spirit, a hibernation has its place, a sanctuary. Like, you know, you need that sort of like energy to sort of settle down for the night and process everything that you've been through throughout the day. And even if you're very like go 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 during the day, it's like you can have that like rest and relax time. That's like a great balance to sort of like strive for in your life here. So I think spirit is saying like maybe you've just been overindulging. Maybe you're right, your spirit does need rest right now, but try to like rest in a way where you're like actually feeling restful and things like that, you know? And try to work on dealing, or at least understanding why maybe life is a little bit more challenging for you than the average person, and that's maybe why you have like other issues that other people don't have from their past, and maybe that's why like it's not fair to compare yourself to others that maybe don't have these issues, because they're coming at life from a different space than you are. And I think spirit just really wants you to recognize like this sort of almost potential within you, um and also to realize that you already are this Queen of Wands. You're just a Queen of Wands maybe that's in a rut, you know? And that's okay. You can get out of a rut. It's just a rut. Like, it's so easy to get out of a rut. Do one little thing a day. Like, that's all it takes. What advice does your spirit guides have for you? The worst thing in life is not failure, it's regret. Start and end the day with positive thoughts about yourself, even if you're mean in between. Like, I feel like you're very hard on yourself. Like, definitely. I'm getting that vibe. Whoa, okay. Are we taking all that? I feel like that's like a little much. Oh. tweak the things that need tweaking and move forward. No guilt or shame needed. I don't know if I said guilt or shame. I was feeling it when I was, because it looks like this is hitting like the lower chakras, and that's what I was thinking of, like the first three. And I feel like that's where a lot of your negative energy is concentrated. I feel like it's more so like from the heart down. So that's something to be aware of. In between periods can be torturous or a place to prepare for the next step, your choice. Again, I feel like that's where you're at, and you're sort of like making things harder than they need to be on yourself unknowingly. And I think that's why Spirit's like, please, please relax, please stop being so mean to yourself. Like, if you're seeing that you're doing something wrong, all you have to do is do a little tweaky, and that's it. And then, you know, let it go, and you learned from it, and that's all. Let loose a little bit and have some mindless fun. At least use this time to really like relax and like have fun. It says if you stay in dreamland for too long, without finding a way to ground your desires into reality, they're going to stay right up in the clouds with you. Yeah, I feel like you're in a very, I feel like you're out of balance. Like, I would say maybe your lower chakras are under stimulated. What's the word? Like, I guess understimulated. I really don't know, but it's like, and then your higher chakras are like overstimulated, so it's like you're thinking, but like you're not doing. Like, I feel like there's understimulated is not the right word, or overstimulated, but it's like inactive, underactive, and overactive. That's what I'm saying. Your underactive lower chakras, I bet, and overactive higher chakras, where it's like, yeah, you're not doing, but you're like thinking about everything that you're not doing and stressing yourself out. It says it is a wise thing to be polite, consequently it is a stupid thing to be rude. And you're a creator. Create your mood, create your day, create some love in the world, and keep the promises you make to yourself. So it is a wise thing to be polite, consequently it is a stupid thing to be rude. I feel like that could be with the Seven of Wands. I feel like that could be maybe with, if this is like a parent or something like that, that's kind of like giving you a hard time, or that you feel judged by. You could be maybe lashing out at people, or specifically this one person. So I think Spirit's saying like, try to you know, just be wise and like say less. If anything, even if you are upset, maybe just like leave. If you're on the phone, like hang up the phone, or just go in your room, or like if you don't live together, like go home to your house, whatever it is. And it's saying like, focus more on creating your life the way you want to, instead of like proving yourself to whoever this is, or again, whether it's yourself now, society, like whatever it is. And, you know, sort of, you can create like the mood that you want to have. You can create your day, create some love in the world, like kind of wake up in the morning, maybe setting intentions is something that like you would want to do. You know, at least like even just loose intentions, like, oh, I'm gonna like have fun today. I'm gonna be 25% responsibility, 75% fun. I'm gonna be like 10%, what do they say, 90% grind, 10% shine, or whatever, you know, like just make like little like, all right, I'm gonna focus. It doesn't have to be like so rigid, like, okay, so from 9 to 9:30 I'm gonna enjoy my breakfast of poached eggs and avocado toast, and then from 9:30 to 10 I'm going to do 1,000 sit-ups, and then from 10 to 10:30 gonna run my errands. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like that. It's like, okay, what do I need to really get done? What's number 1, 2, and 3 on my list of priorities? At least knock those out of the park, you know? So, okay, I think we're done here with this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like got something useful out of this. Remember 741 hertz, that's like, look it up on YouTube. Maybe that's like something, maybe even like root chakra frequencies and like lower chakra frequencies I would listen to. I feel like though you are sort of meant to be in this like hanged man energy, where you're sort of meant to think about what state your life is going, like what is going on in your life right now, and how you got here, and how you can sort of like tweak things to like have it move in a different direction here and become a little more grounded. All the things we talked about today. So I hope this reading helped you. I truly do. I really understand this energy, and I promise you, like, it's not as bad as you think, and you're not as bad as you think. You're just a little lost. You're just in a rut. And you can 100% get out of it and like prove all these, whoever this is, like prove them wrong. But it's going to take time, so it's not going to happen overnight. Even if you have these feelings where you're starting to feel better about yourself, people may not see it yet. It's going to like start inside, and like it will you know, infiltrate your outer world, but it is going to take some time. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. And if you like my reading, like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. I would love it. And I'll catch you in the next one, okay? Bye.